What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I have a very interesting news story to cover. It involves Carlos Correa about a possible decline of a contract offer from a very notable team that was in the mix for Carlos Correa since this offseason began. But before we get into the video itself, I'm going to need you guys to do a couple of things. First, go down below, hit the red button, go subscribe. Also, go over, hit the little bell icon, put notifications on. That will let you guys know when exactly I'll be dropping great baseball content here on the channel. Also, leave a fat thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. That helps as well. And if you want to get active, go down below in the comment section and let me know what you think of this Carlos Correa news that I will be discussing here today. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into it. Okay, so yesterday I'm on Christmas vacation. It's a normal day. I know the lockout is still going on. I'm on Instagram and a particular post piqued my interest. And it is from a Tigers account, a Tigers fan account. So it's not, official. There's no check mark on it. But again, it's a Tigers fan account like any other fan account here on Instagram. But it piqued my interest. Why? Because it had a picture of our fearless leader, general manager, Al Avila. Now, here in the caption it reads, per Buster Only, the Tigers offered Carlos Correa a $275 million deal earlier this winter. Now, in the post itself, it says at Tony Paul on Twitter, who is a local sports writer here in the Detroit metro area. In the post, it has a little more detail. It says this, quote, Buster Only reporting the Tigers made Carlos Correa a 10-year, $275 million offer earlier this winter, before signing Javier Baez to a 6-year deal worth $140 million. Have to believe if they were willing to go $275 million, they would have gone $300 million. Correa must have wanted a lot more. And I believe every sentence of that quote. And of course, that quote is from Tony Paul on Twitter. And if you want to see the actual tweet from Tony Paul, I will pull that up as well. I'm not going to reread it because I just read the whole thing, but take a look at it. Now, in this tweet, Tony Paul did mention Buster Only, who's the ESPN baseball reporter. And I'm thinking, okay, where's the original tweet, article, sentence that Buster Only mentions this decline of 10 years, $275 million by Correa that was offered from the Tigers? So I go on Twitter and I scroll through Buster Only's feed. I'm scrolling. I cannot find this tweet to save my life. So I'm like, alright, I look up Buster Only Carlos Correa. I still can't find it. And I finally come across this article from MLB Trade Rumors that also mentions that Buster Only says that Carlos Correa declined this contract offer by the Tigers. And there's a link. So I click on the link and it takes me to ESPN Plus. Now, there was this article that Buster Only wrote, and as you can see, the article is titled, What Are MLB Teams Doing During the Lockout? Question mark. A lot. And I get down to a certain point, as you can see, it says, continue reading this article and more from top writers for only $6.99 a month. Now, I am not going to pay $7 to read a paragraph for Buster Only that says that Correa declined this contract. I'm just not going to do it. However, I will go over this article from MLB Trade Rumors right here that does shed some more light on this Carlos Correa issue. So let's go over that one right now. Carlos Correa entered the offseason as a top name on most free agent rankings, including here at MLB Trade Rumors, and remains unsigned as MLB and the MLBPA navigate a lockout that certainly does not look anywhere near a resolution. There's been plenty of discussion and speculation to where he'll ultimately land, but ESPN's Buster Only sheds some light on interest that Carlos Correa has already received, reporting that the Tigers put forth a 10-year deal worth $275 million at one point here this offseason. So as you can see, the same amount in both years and money, so everything's accurate at this point. It goes on to say, presumably, that offer came before Detroit signed Javier Baez at 6 years and $140 million, although it's at least possible to see how Detroit could have made room for both players on the roster and payroll alike. Now it says it's a notable offer, but it's also $66 million shy of what Francisco Lindor received from the Mets, $50 million shy of Corey Seager's deal with the Rangers, and way south of the range many pundits projected heading into free agency. With that being said, I want to go over the offer itself and what the Tigers made to Carlos Correa in this 10 years, $275 million, and what I believe their thought process was behind this offer. So this is what I think the Tigers did the minute the season was over. I think Al Avila, Illich, and all their top executives, they get into a room and they say, okay, this is what we have to do. This is our game plan going into the offseason when it comes to free agency, for the shortstop position. Our number one guy to get this offseason is Carlos Correa. That's over Seager, that's over Story, that's over Baez, and that's over Simeon. Correa number one. And our second option was Javier Baez. So I think they got these two guys in mind. They're saying, okay, Correa's number one, Baez is our backup. We're going to offer Correa 10 years, $275 million. And as our backup, we're going to offer Baez the 6-year, and I think originally it was at $130 million, not $140 million. And I think they tried to execute that plan. Now, there's a lot of ways this thing could have gone down. One, Correa accepted this offer, and they're content, they're happy, and they feel confident about themselves, so they're gonna keep pursuing Javier Baez, but not as strongly as if they didn't get Correa. That's scenario number one. The second scenario was this, is that they offered Correa 10 years, $275 million, he accepted, and at the exact same time, before anybody could report on the Correa deal, they also offer Baez the 6 years, $130 million, and he accepts. And they get both guys, and then I think at that point, the offseason is over for the Tigers. They're done. Al Avila has done his job. That's scenario number two. It's the best scenario, but it's the most unrealistic scenario. Scenario number three was what happened. They offered Correa 10 years, $275 million. I think they offered Javier Baez the 6 years, $130. I think still $130. Basically at the same time. Correa declines his offer. Boom, Correa's done. All right, I think they went out and they said, you know what, Baez, we like you a lot. We're going to offer you an extra $10 million for no added amount of years. And I think Baez looked around the room. He's like, all right, deal. And they made the deal with Baez. And I think Baez came to Detroit because Correa declined the deal. I really do. But I do think they were pursuing both guys simultaneously, because the Tigers can fit both guys. You would have put Javier Baez at second, you would have put Correa at short, and you would have called it a day. It would have been so simple for Detroit. I think the reason why the Tigers offered Correa 275 and not maybe 300 was because they had so many options. They did not want to put all their chips into one pot and just go for it, because if they did and they were solely focused on Correa, I think Seager would have dropped, Simeon would have dropped, Baez would have dropped to somewhere else, and they would have been left with what the Yankees are, with two shortstops. They had like 5 guys out there, and the Yankees are left with 2. The Tigers did not want to do that because that would have looked terrible. If they did not get one of these guys, I don't care if it was Simeon, I think Al Avila would have got the can. I really do. So with that being said, the decline of this offer is heartbreaking. It really is. Do I think the Tigers could go out there post-lockout, take another hack at Carlos Correa? Yeah, I think they can. I think they should. And the reason why is because by signing Baez, you have shown your fans that you are all in on this, going for it mentality here for 2022. You have Baez. I mean, screw it. Go out there post-lockout, get Carlos Correa, and make everybody happy. I mean, you have Baez. You can't say you're not going to try to win if you got Baez. If you're Al Avila, you're halfway in. Okay, you're up waist deep. Let's go all in, buddy. Let's dive into this thing. Go get Carlos Correa. Sign the guy to $300 million. If he declines, say, oh, well, we tried, and leave it at that. I want to see, post-lockout, that the Tigers go out there, they offer Carlos Correa $300 million on the button, and if he declines, so be it. I will not be mad, but I will be mad if they do not go out there and try one more time to go get Carlos Correa. You put Baez at second, you put Correa at short, you have the best middle infield in all of baseball. It will give the fans remembrance of Alan Trammell and Lou Whitaker it will be awesome. Go out there, Al. Get a deal done. So that's all I got for today's video. Please go like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to turn on post notifications. That's the best way to know when I'm uploading great baseball content here on the channel. And comment down below your thoughts on this Carlos Correa news that came out of Detroit. And as always, I'll catch you later.